Hi, I'm Junior with Keystone RV Center. Today we've got a guest with us again doing another one of our interviews from the factory. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jake. I'm with Forest River product line No Boundaries, or NOBO as you may have heard.
Yep. And give us a little bit of your background. Where'd you come from? How'd you get into this? Did you just find it along the side of the street? What happened?
Well, it kind of is in a way. I mean, it is along the side of the street to a degree. Cody, as you know, over the years, he's been in the industry for quite a while. It was about 2 years ago. I'm driving home. I get a phone call. And the long and the short of the story is that he says, what do you think about selling trailers? And I was on the supplier side at that point. But yeah, I mean, I took the job and I pretty much never looked back.
Awesome. So, since your products come out, there's been a flood in customers looking for and the market supplying single axle, lightweight trailers, and we're talking 3,500, 4,000 pound trailers and under.
Yep.
Why is yours different? Why are we looking at your brand?
Well, especially when we look at that segment, right? Why the heck in the past 2 or 3 years have so many people, and it's been a strong segment of the industry alone anyways, but look, we can use modern components these days, we can use modern manufacturing practices, so anymore our product is no more or less expensive than really what you're seeing out there, but it still is towable by the Ford Explorer, for example, that your customer already bought anyways. So when you look at where we are as far as the size and the weight range, but you look at the ground clearance that we have, our heavy duty torsion axles, all the aluminum as far as the construction goes, plus the Overlander package, which gives you the RTV tracks and the Vortex bars and the kayak racks for all of that stuff. When you combine the whole feature set, it's hard to really compare everything all in one like what we have.
Yeah.
And we're really seeing a lot of success out there. And maybe we're hitting on a segment that may have been missed over the years.
And I really think you are. A lot of people will come in and go, what's the best trailer? And my immediate question is, what are you doing with it?
Exactly.
Because I think the R-Pod is a fantastic product. However, the guy that's looking to take it to go off-road, to set it down, by the river after he did, 15 miles of rough terrain in, that's not an R-Pod's place.
In a way, I mean, it's not anybody's place, right? Yeah. What we did is we tailored those people that can't, I mean, even a regular campsite, right? What if you just want to back up to a certain spot or a back corner in your own campsite, but there's a tree in the way or you don't have a ground clearance? We cover the underbelly. So that gets you into those spots, but exactly like you said, you can go way further off the beaten path, even having just a few extra features that other brands or other manufacturers just aren't doing today.
Absolutely. Now, you touched on it with the Overland package, with the kayak racks and everything that we can get up there. The brand that you picked was Rhino-Rack.
Yep.
Which was it because they offer that cool bat wing that slides out, which I love the name of, the bat wing. Yeah. But why that brand?
Well, so they're the number one racking manufacturer in the industry for Australia.
Okay.
So we kind of got a hold of them and told them a little bit about what we were up to. And once we explained our philosophy as far as the overlanding, they kind of get off the beaten path, all that stuff, I mean, it just clicked, right? So they brought their people out to us. We worked with them as far as how we can get the track system mounted to the roof. But the sheer versatility and how easy it is to use that stuff, I'm mechanically minded, but I was able to figure out exactly how everything works, really just kind of by looking at the thing, The tracks are super easy to use. There's like 200 different components that your customer can use.
Yeah, and that's the thing that impressed me, because in my lifetime I have been into skiing, mountain biking, road biking, kayaking, and there's...
Until now, you couldn't.
Yeah, no, it was, people would go, how do I get my kayak onto my RV? And my response always would be, put it on the roof rack of your vehicle or the bed of the truck. Or, you got to do something with the tow vehicles, because it ain't going on the RV. Now it does.
Now it does. And here's a cool thing. That Rhino-Rack is what we call backwards compatible, right? So if your customer shows up and they already have Thule kayak racks.
Okay.
That'll fit right on the Rhino-Rack Vortex bar so that you get.
Which is fantastic, because that's half the gear that I already have. So it's compatible across.
And they're not cheap either. So now you're not having your customer buy 2 sets of something they only need 1 set of.
Yeah, or converting what they have to make work. That's awesome.
The sheer versatility of that Rhino-Rack stuff has been a godsend for everybody. And of course the Batwing awning, that thing's awesome. It's super easy to use. Our Novo Nest rooftop tent, That's something that goes right on the Vortex bars.
And if you want to see a picture of that, jump on our Instagram. Mark, can we put a link in the comment, and like not in the comments, but in the video description down below? We'll put a link to our Instagram, or we'll at least try to. If not, just search us on Instagram, Keystone RV Center. I got a whole picture of that with one of our guys walking underneath of it. It's massive.
We do a little bit of videos and literature ourselves, so I'll get Junior hooked up with a short little 1 or 2 minute video I did just demonstrating the rooftop tent itself. It's funny because you look at it and you go, how the heck does that thing work?
Yeah.
20 seconds later, I mean, it's all set up.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And the Batwing awning is the same way. I
Same
love
way.
that.
Same way.
I'm struggling to come up with something on your trailer that I'm not a huge fan of. Just because I've tried breaking everything else.
I like to say that we thought of it all. You know, there's always room for improvement and things we can do better. But when you really drill down and you look at the entire feature set, everything has a purpose. Well, we put a bottle opener on every unit. Yeah, that's cool stuff. You know,
even the speaker.
Yeah.
No, the speaker is a fantastic. Like normally, you got your speaker just bolted to the side of the trailer, and that's it. What are you guys doing with that?
And among the industry, you know, let's face it, they're not necessarily the most concert-ready speakers. But not only do we have the waterproof Bluetooth speaker, but it's a JBL. So the quality there, I mean, that name speaks for itself. The battery lasts all day. You can actually link up like 100 of these Bluetooth speakers together. So you have one DJ playing the same amount of music. Yeah. Think about a little kayak trip. You're with your buddies, right? You have one person, all kayaking. You got 3 or 4 people. They all have their own speaker. Yeah. You're all playing the same music.
Yeah, which is awesome.
And that's something you get with every single Nobo.
Now, one thing I do want to jump back to, when you were talking about the axles, it jumped up, and I know just because I've been towing the newer stuff longer. One of the things that I came into this industry, 10 plus years ago with was single axles don't tow good, and the reason why is they bounce all over the place. You run the torsion axle, which costs a god-awful amount more than a leaf spring setup. But why?
It does, but we know as far as having a brand name called No Boundaries, number one, we can't make excuses. No. You know, like, well, you shouldn't have been taking it there. Well, shoot, I mean, why didn't you name it something else? So being able to adapt the modern manufacturing processes plus the Torsion, I mean, it's been around for a while, but it's still unique in its own way. Yeah. But the fact that it's independent, I'm yet to hear somebody complain or say that the way that our trailers tow is lackluster. It's truly independent. So if you hit a bump on this side, this one's still firmly on either the road or the trail. This thing, it just bounces around, and it's a really great setup for us.
I've had the pleasure of towing a couple of them, and we run them behind our dollies. And normally, when you got a single axle, you're looking in the mirror and you're watching the thing go like this. And
yeah, right.
The No Boundaries, man, they're stuck because we run a lot of back roads.
Yep.
And there's a lot of potholes in Pennsylvania. I don't know if you're aware of that, but there's a few.
We're not known around where I live for the best roads either. No. So
so what's some other things you want to touch on your product while we got you here?
We do have a lot of cool stuff in the mix, but really I just want to thank you guys and your support. Keystone RV Center is one of the absolute first dealerships or first organizations that teamed up with us. Literally as soon as we released it. I'll tell you what, it was probably the day that we kind of made No Boundaries public. Eric says, if this is a real thing, sign me up.
And we think the product is great. And the reason why, and before we could really even, because we didn't get to touch See Feel, but we know the team behind this product.
Sure.
These are not guys that skip steps. These are solid guys that have been in the industry for a while, and they pick some awesome people to have here.
Yeah, you can tell at Keystone RV, their heart's in the right place. All we want to do is we just want to, number one, we want to sell a ton of trailers, but we also want to sell the right product and get these customers in the right unit that is best fit for them. And we're filling a gap, exactly like you said. Well, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
That's where we come in.
Yeah, that sums it up. What are you going to do with the trailer? And we'll find the right one, and most likely we've got a floor plan that's going to work for you.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm going to go ahead and drop it off here. Thank you so much for stopping out. You do stop by on a regular basis. So,
yes,
guys,
sir.
Comment in the links down below. Additional questions you want us to ask him.
Yep, I'm available anytime. So if you reach out to them, I can get you any information that they don't already have. Chances are they know everything anyways.
Alrighty, guys. Give us a call, 1-800-232-3279, or check us out on Instagram, or just comment in the link down below.
Thanks,
Have a great day.